On the channel, our weekly deep dive into the Jakks Classic Superstars series brings us to the Ringside Collectibles exclusive 2-packs. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Jakks Classic Superstars deep dive review. And you too can be a Jakks Classic Superstars expert, as every week on the channel, every single Tuesday for over a year, we've had a brand new Jakks Classic Superstars video. So go back and check any that you missed. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, as every single Tuesday we take a look at a different Jakks Classic Superstars series until we can't. So there you go. But today we're talking Ringside Collectibles exclusive 2-packs in the Jakks Classic Superstars world. Two different 2-packs here. Got about 3 videos worth of Jakks Classic Superstars Ringside exclusive 2-packs. And I tell you what, they love the Click, they love DX, they love Shawn Michaels. That is for sure. It just goes to show that, you know, top sellers are the ones, retailers, be it online or brick and mortar, that's who they want. So let's kick it off. Let's start with the first one out of these two that was released. Going back to 2006, Two Dudes with Attitude. Sounds something like out of Ninja Turtles or something, but we've got Diesel, we've got HBK, old the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. A very cool pack here, and I think out of all the 2-packs they had, this was maybe the sleeper pack, as this one, I believe, hung around the longest. Took the longest to sell off and come off their website for whatever reason. I don't know if it was Diesel and Shawn overload or wasn't enough meat on the old bone for people. But I did like this pack. I love blue color. I love the colorings here. I do have a few gripes, of course, about it, but for the most part, I always liked this pack, and this pack was extremely cheap for many, many years. Up till just a few years ago, you could get this almost for what it cost back in the day, but things have changed. Obviously, COVID, all that. Stock has risen on a lot of Classic Superstars over the years, including this pack as well. But let's take a look at it. Let's look at the packaging. The familiar Jakks Classic Superstars logo. We've seen it a million times by now, but it still is cool. You still know what you're getting when you see it, for sure. You got the ringside sticker right there on the front in the middle. I don't hate that. It does give it a point of difference. It's just not the foily sticker we usually get from Jakks, I guess, in some of the exclusives. This is more just like a, I don't know, a cheaper sticker is what it looks like to me. But I do like that it's blue, and it is something different, I guess, if you're into different out there. And it does say Ringside Collectibles, Two Dudes with Attitudes exclusives, and it says WrestlingFigures.com. And as usual, use discount code Kyle, save 10%. I should mention that. But we did get Diesel and HBK in there. We got the world title and the Intercontinental title. Very cool HBK with that full-on gear going on. We saw that in different colors, I believe, as well. I like the looks of HBK there. A lot of reuse throughout this stuff. We've seen this Diesel body. We've seen this HBK body numerous times, but it is something different. It is a repaint. It is an exclusive repaint, stuff like that. Of course, one of the big gripes I have with this pack is Diesel and HBK, the height differences there. But, you know, I always say, you got to go back in time. Jakks did a lot of stuff. Everybody loves saying, oh, that's so Jakks. And you could say the same thing about Mattel. I say it about Jazzwares all the time with their elbows and lack of fists and stuff like that. Nobody has ever been perfect, especially in scale-wise, but if you take yourself back to 2006, so the Jakks Classic days, there was no scale. And everybody says, oh, the heights are all over the place. And I get it. Yeah, it should have been different than that. But it took Mattel taking the learnings from Jakks to get us to some scaling out there and stuff. So it's easy to just dismiss Jakks a lot, and you see it online all the time. Like I said, it grinds my gears because you got to look at it in those eyes back then. You go all the way back to LJN's Hasbro. Everybody in Hasbro is the same scale. LJN scale is all over the place. Jakks scale all over the place. That was the way it is. G.I. Joe's, every toy line. It's more of a newer occurrence. We're starting to get scale in our action figures. But the way people blame Jakks a lot, I just think is unfair. I don't know, you guys tell me in the comments below, but it does look funny, though, looking in 2021 eyes as we film this, at the two different size differences there. You know, Diesel is way bigger than HBK, as we all know. It does have the limited edition bar at the top, I should mention that. On the side, you got both names going on, as usual, of course. A little WWE Legend logo at the top, too, which I found to be interesting. And you got the glamour shot of the boys right there. Boy, the attitude just dripping off this pack. And there it is as well. You got the same glamour shots up top, and then you got action figure shots down below, warnings, UPCs, that kind of stuff. No cross-sell of other lines, so we'll talk about that a little bit. So that is a little different. Usually, Jakks is a master promoter. I think that's something that's missing in toy companies these days. And this is one of those times they didn't promote. And usually you don't see promotions on exclusive, so I understand that. But we'll talk about that in the next pack a little bit. But there it is. We'll read the little tail of the tape. Is there a tail of the tape? There isn't. Oh, yeah, there it is. It's usually up top. It's down below. So some difference in this pack here. A different way of going about business from Jakks. I don't know if they had somebody on vacation, Chinese New Year. I don't know what it was. But Kevin Nash debuted 1990. Weight 317 pounds, 6'11". Finishing move, the old jackknife powerbomb. Titles, WWE Champion, WCW Champion, Intercontinental Champion, Hardcore Champion, World Tag Team Champion. Shawn Michaels debuted 1985, 225 pounds, 6'1", finishing move, that good old sweet chin music. Titles, WWE Champion, World Heavyweight Champion, 95, 96 Royal Rumble winner, Intercontinental Champion, and World Tag Team Champion. And like I said, this came out in 2006. So two dudes with attitudes, a cool pack. By my circumstances, by the way I say it, I like this pack right here. A lot of HBK completists in the world picking up this pack, I am sure. And then we turn our attention. We get a little bit of WWF. Now we turn our attention to some NWO, WCW time frame. WCW, NWO, I should say. Always hot in the figure game. Everybody always loved the NWO figures. I was no different. So Ringside Collectibles, 2007, exclusive of the old Wolf Pack. Looking only like they could look if they were in the Wolf Pack. But there it is, same packaging. We're used to that classic Superstars packaging. We got that title belt right there. It's got the NWO spray paint on it. Really cool. You got a chain for Razor as well. And then, of course, that patented black chair that they used to fight over in the WCW dressing room. They thought it would be a nice tongue-in-cheek thing to put it in a pack here. I could be wrong. Somebody fact-check that. But then you got the sticker from Ringside Collectibles as well down below. Much like the Two Dudes with Attitude sticker, you got one here for the NWO Wolfpack. And what's it say on there? Ringside Collectibles, the Outsiders exclusive, WrestlingFigures.com. Use discount code Kyle, save 10%, of course. But this one, you got Kevin Nash, of course, looking only like he could look. And then you got Scott Hall. Two prime members of NWO. Two very guys that were very popular, as we all know. Changed the history of the business, jumping over to WCW. I love the looks of this one, but I got a lot of gripes here. The Kevin Nash always looks strange to me, and I get the scale. He is a little bit taller than Scott Hall, as we all know, so I can give a little bit of a pass to the scale, but look how just proportionate-wise Scott Hall looks to Kevin Nash. I mean, it looks like a shrunk-down version of Kevin Nash. It's just a very strange-looking figure, where Scott Hall has such a big chest, big arms. Kevin Nash seems so much slimmer and smaller. It's just very, very strange. And that was a gripe from way back when. And like I said, I didn't mind the scale of the heights being about the same, but proportion-wise, Kevin Nash should at least be a little bit bigger, or the same as Scott Hall at least. So that always looked funny, but I do like the looks of both characters here in the red and black. I think they do pop very well. Kevin Nash has a bit of a weird look to his face, almost like the Cowardly Lion is what this always reminded me of, from the Wizard of Oz fame, of course. Just a strange look to Kevin Nash on this one. Where the Diesel one over here, a little shorter or taller, I don't know, depends how you view your scale to HBK, but I like the looks of that Diesel better than this Kevin Nash if I had to choose between the two. But just a strange look to these. And then Scott Hall, I never really liked this oversized head they used for Scott Hall and Jakks. They used it in the Deluxe Aggression as well, the Deluxe Classic Aggression figures, and we'll get to those eventually on the channel, so stay tuned for those. But yeah, just not what I wanted out of both of these, but this, once again, was a pretty popular pack as far as I remember it out there in 2007. So there it is, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash. On the side, you got the Outsiders, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, it says. In that nice gold foil. And on the other side, there it is, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash. Nice glamour shots there. I just can't get over that Kevin Nash face. I just never liked it. But there it is. So then we talked about in the last pack how there was no promotion down below. Well, they're promoting down here. And I do like that, but I could see why they don't promote it on exclusives, but you never knew what you were going to get on the back of a Jakks Class Superstars packaging. You might get some typos, you might get some weird things every once in a while, and sometimes you get a big cross-sell. But just look at that Classic Superstars 15 lineup down there. If you ever missed that video, we did that whole lineup on the channel as we went series by series of all the single-carded series, so you can look into that one a little bit more. But look how big those series used to be back in the day. Just massive series. Some of my personal favorites from the Class Superstars line are in there. When you got Zeus, which I would love to see Mattel give us a no-holds-barred 2-pack one day. I hope that happens. That'd be a great San Diego Comic-Con exclusive item. You got Razor down there, of course. HBK, once again. That Genius is a sleeper figure. I love that Genius. I do put that in with my Mattels, by my Mr. Perfect figure. You can Smoke and Mirrors go in your Mattels. That's a great one, that Genius. I also like the Johnny Rod's deep cut. Maybe we'll get a collector's edition Johnny Rod's one of these days. Who knows? Same thing with Outlaw Ron Bass. Tully Blanchard with that robe, a beautiful figure. Tank Abbott, one of my all-time MMA favorites. You guys know I started watching MMA way back in the infancy of UFC. Pancrase, all that kind of stuff. Pride days, you name it. But Tank Abbott was something special back then for little Kyle. I know a lot of people hated him in WCW and stuff, but man, that was old school mixed martial arts Tank Abbott back then, when you just have a guy out of the bar that had quite the personality. You tried to throw that guy out of the cage that one time. What a time to be alive that was. But you got a big set down there. It's just crazy when you think of Mattel these days and how this was almost at a monthly trip out there. Jakks was throwing out about a monthly line that big all the time. And then on top of the Jakks Ruthless Aggression, Adrenaline, Ring Rages, Treacherous Trios, exclusives, they were hammering the product out. And we always say it, AEW Jazzwares, I think we're going to get back to that. We're going to have stuff all the time from them. So watch out, you completists out there. You guys are definitely in for it. But you got Nash, Hall up top as well. We got the little blurbs. We'll read that right now, see what it says about our old friend Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. Kevin Nash debuted 1990. They're consistent with that one. Jackknife Powerbomb, 6'11", 317 pounds. Scott Hall debuted 1985, 270 pounds, 6'7" in the Razor's Edge. And I think most of us understand Scott Hall's a big dude, but being by Kevin Nash all the time, you kind of just assume that he's like 6'2" maybe, or 6'3", when he's really a big tall dude, 6'7". Scott Hall is not a little guy at all, but when you're standing next to somebody that's 6'11", well, you always do look small, so there it is. But two very interesting Ringside Collectibles exclusive 2-packs. I guess in the comments below, let me know your thoughts on these. Did you pick these up back in the day? Let me know what you think about them. And there's some things to like and some things not to like, so it's a little bit of a mixed bag, I would say, on these sets right here. I think that's fair enough. But make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. As I said, every single Tuesday, we have a brand new Jakks Class Superstars Deep Dive video. You don't want to miss one. You too can be a Jakks Class Superstars expert. Hit the notification bell. Follow me on Twitter at SirPaul64, Instagram _Kyle_Peterson, and of course ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for two Ringside Collectibles, use discount code Kyle, save 10%. Exclusives. I am Kyle. I will see you guys all real soon.